a single time yet. It's like
I think it's just because
nobody
that
knows how to play
there
it.
are. The funny thing about iLOL right now is that there are actually a lot of counter picks to her. Like one counter pick I know of that I've seen is Nasus in terms of just being able to just stack on her tentacles. Another counter pick I've also seen has been Renekton. Basically, a lot of meta top laners are very, very strong into her. So I think that's why I haven't seen a lot of her. Well, I'm surprised about those. Why we haven't seen any Kindred? Because I still believe this champion is very, very strong, has a lot of potential, but and you can see the season, right? It's a snowballing season. If you want a champion that snowballs, no one does it better than Kindred.
Sean, before preseason, it was you were begging for Callista. Now it's Kindred. Still keeping with the ADC trend.
But yeah, we had the red side being first picked here on the blue side for US economy, and we have Namely picking the Caitlyn, and you know what they always say, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. And we saw him get a quadra kill in the last game. See what happens in this game, but it is safe to note that because he was paired with the Soraka, he didn't. And since Caitlyn is a natural lane bully on her own, she doesn't have to worry anything that much in a 2v2 matchup. But we're gonna see how that changes here because there are a lot of potential champions that can fight Caitlyn early game.
Pick Tarek. I dare you. Actually, I don't know if they changed something about Tarek or not, but his healing and sustain in lane is actually really strong.
It's just because of the mastery, I think. Unless they're not running it and they go for Bond of Stone, I have like no idea in terms like masteries.
I've been laning against a lot of Tareks in the past week or two, and I'll just do a trade with the other AD carry. Usually I'll win and do like a good amount of damage, and then I'll go back to CSing, and a few moments later I look and the AD carry's full health, and I'm like, what the heck just happened? What is this champion? That's Tarek.
Annoying sustain. But yeah, it seems that we're going to be seeing a lot of the R8 today, actually. It's going to be interesting to see if the next series they pick this champion a lot, because this has been a very popular champion pick.
So in the last pick and ban phase, you have to recall, Royal Luck relegated their last champion pick to Alpha Ellie, so they can get the counter pick. He picked the brand into the Ari, and the brand did a lot of damage. Absolutely true. You cannot discount that. However, it fell off. I feel it didn't have enough of an impact. Whereas Eros was able to dive the champions that he needed to. He was able to get those clutch charms. He was able to do the work. So I think getting Alpha Ellie onto this Ari pick, regardless of the potential counter, is a pretty strong move, just because I feel like on this champion, Alpha Ellie is very comfortable and can make the plays that he needs to. Of course, something we haven't talked about is the Lulu. Lulu is so good. Lulu is so strong. We saw just how versatile Lulu can be with builds, especially with Sean's favorite spooky ghost build rush.
Right now, I'm still of the firm belief that whoever has the most damage will win. Like the game before this, tank line versus damage. Damage won. First game, damage won. So
well, you have to take into account that there was also the Soraka, so it kind of nullified a lot of the damage that came out.
100%. The thing that's effective about a tank line team comp is that outside of obviously of your two carries, is that the tank line, yeah, they might not do the most damage up front, but they do whittle down the opposing team, right? The issue is that the Soraka was perfect because that's what Soraka negates. Soraka negates poke and long overtime team fights. That's what tanks do, is they whittle you down little by little by little, and they just survive for so long that eventually they'll kill you. But with the Soraka, you just completely negate that team fighting aspect and just completely turn the tables. Of course, Soraka's banned this game, so the tanks will be a little bit more effective, as we are going to be seeing the Rumble lock-in for the top laner. This is going to be a support Morgana, so it is going to be...
I like purple side.
It is going to be a bit of a protect jinx here with the Morgana. It's a good team fight comp, I think, from Royal Luck. It's going to require good communication on the side of Jufish. He's going to have to be teleporting and using that Rumble ultimate very proactively. Whereas it looks like Kruglife is going to be going for a bit of a more typical, to be honest, team composition here. They're going to be locking in the Lulu support. It's going to keep... It's not going to be a lane Lulu by the looks of it, but it is still going to be a support that can definitely protect Anomaly as he just goes on his way. M-Star Diana for the third game in a row. Maybe he knows something that we don't, or maybe it's just his best champion. Regardless, we are going to be seeing Arrows taking the brand returning fire with fire. What do you think of this one, Ashan?
So there's one thing I mentioned before about Brandis: a lot of high damage, a lot of immobility. So it's kind of great that they have Lulu to help protect them in that sense, but I don't think it'll be enough just because when you're looking on the side of World Lux team composition, we have the Rumble equalizer we saw in game one when Jewfish picked Rumble. He had a really good impact on it, had some really good equalizers at times, despite the immobility of his targets too. And then he also was able to do a lot of damage with that Leandry's Abyssal Scepter on the Rumble. So, but they also have the Morgana, and I like the Morgana pick a lot just because they have the potential to pick out members on the enemy team because we're looking at the CC chain of Dark Binding into an RE Charm. So the RE Charm makes you move towards her team, and if you're moving towards her team, you put into the range of Jinx damage, Rumble Flamespitter damage, Rek'Sai knockup, and it just looks like if you get hit by a Dark Binding, and considering that there's a many mobile champions on the side of Krug Life right now. They have Caitlyn and Brand, not the greatest of mobile carries. So if one of them gets hit by a CC ability, it's probably going to be the end of that person's life against his composition.
So I got some breaking news about Team Royal Luck. So I was told by one of their members, the team captain, that aside from Regicide, the other four members all bought their accounts. So basically, they're all really silver or gold, and Regicide basically he dual queued with them until they hit plat. And Regicide said himself that he bought that account for $200. So that explains why they had a brain fart for game two. They're not really plats or diamonds, so guys, don't worry if you face them. They're really golds and silvers, all right? With people buying their accounts, so don't worry about it. It's chill, all right?
I'm sure the name of your source is Capital Troll for certainty there, but we are going to be getting.
You can ask them. You can ask them after the game. I was told by a very credible source. Very credible.
Well,
But hey, speaking of ranks, though, let's be real. We're all challenger at heart, right? So it doesn't even matter.
Challenger at heart, bronze 7 or paper 3. Doesn't matter to me, boys. We're here to have fun, and we're going to be getting down to it just in a few moments as we're waiting for the game delay to go on. We are blessed with this game 3. I think this is going to be a really tense moment for both sides as they're trying to shrug off sort of the inconsistencies that we've been seeing. We've seen some good plays, we're seeing some good rotations, but we're also seeing a lot of mechanical mishaps, some miscommunications from both sides. So I definitely would like to see, for sure, warding across the board. It needs to be a lot more, there needs to be more emphasis on warding from both teams. I have not seen enough from either one of them. Despite early invades, they are not purchasing pink wards. There are members that honestly, I think one of them didn't even purchase a pink ward the entire game, and it was Jewfish last game.
And there's one thing I want to see though when it comes to vision control. I want to see Sixstone being picked up on the junglers because with the vision changes this season, since everyone has the trinket and you can't buy self wards anymore, you need to have two people on your team having a Sixstone just so that you're better off at being able to get the deep vision in. And no better champion picks can do it aside from the support and the jungle roles, just because of how good they have the freedom to roam around the map.
And here's the great thing about the Rek'Sai is that I feel that Rek'Sai, especially when comparison to say this Diana, will easily be able to pick up that Sightstone because he doesn't really need a whole lot to be able to do. Excuse me, she does not. Rek'Sai as a champion does not need to do much to have that early game pressure, to have that early game damage. Rek'Sai does so much damage early on, just with Warrior, it's crazy. Get the Sightstone, and the best part about having Sightstone on Rek'Sai is that Rek'Sai is one of the best champions to go deep warding because you have that tremor sense. You can know if you're going to be safe when you're going for deep invades, risky wards. You can take that risk because you have the tremor sense, because you can tell where any laying ambushes might be or where the enemy jungler might be. So I think that would actually be a very wise decision because then, remember Alpha Ellie game 1 was able to force the Diana's flash really early away from the game. So I think if they can combine their efforts, if they can communicate, get the deep vision down, they'll always have track of where M-Star's Diana is. And then with that knowledge, all the other lanes can play that much better.
Actually, junglers don't need to get a Sightstone. You do know that there's a new jungle
Tracker Scythe?
Exactly.
The thing is,
it's free. It's a free wards as well. So
it's pretty good. It's just I would prefer I always prefer the stalkers, the frozen smite for the slow on Rek'Sai. I think especially for skirmishing, you absolutely need that because otherwise you'll just get kited incredibly easily. But yeah, that's also that. Yeah, that is also an avenue. You could take that as well. In either case, I would like to see some step, some approach to increasing the vision ward line. And
It's not gonna happen.
well, we're gonna see. Yeah, it probably wouldn't. I mean, considering their play habits, it might not happen. But I think it would be a wise approach to take. Ladies and gentlemen, we are into the game though. 30 seconds on the clock as both teams are going to be launching out of their bases. We're going to be seeing a very typical spread from the side of Prug Life here. Whereas Team Warlock looking to just get some deep vision, maybe get a pick here with a little favor with Morgana. With the blind binding, not going to be hitting Anomaly. He's going to be walking out, no problem. Drops the ward, gets taken out. 10 gold to Regis side. That's going to make the world of a difference right there. Get outplayed, kid.
So at the current moment, oh nice, emote spams. I fully, wholeheartedly, I endorse it.
Oh, that's a big pillar of flame right there.
Now, tell me your opinion on this. Would you consider it BM if you highlight your, emote while doing an outplay or killing someone one-on-one, or you're winning in general? Like, would you consider that BM, or would you just say, because you're not really typing anything, and you're kind of showing, your opponent that, if you want to stop us, then just kill us and return the favor. So, like, what's your stance on that?
Sean, would you care to answer?
He's kind of away.
Oh, okay. I think it's pretty straightforward. 1 second. We're going to be seeing very standard lanes here coming in, though. Did a US Economy... Okay, no, I was checking his Runes of Masquerades, and I thought for a moment he was running AP wards for something. I thought he didn't switch from Malphite. But I'm not too certain about that. What would you have to say to that?
Oh, I would say if you wanted to stop doing the emote masteries, then beat them. Kill them. Seriously, just then they can't do it anymore. You stand over them, spam dance or left, and you just do it over them. I mean, you're not really. I mean, Riot put it in the game for a reason. So I mean, typing in all chat and everything that might be in bad taste, but emote masteries, you have the same. You have the same option, and all you have to do is just beat them or make an outplay.
That's certainly true, and that is part of the blessing that is iLOL, is you get bragging rights for sure when you win, or depending on how far you get into the playoffs. But we're going to be seeing Junefish in the top lane, though, is going to be eating a almost full decimating smash. Army Spartan, though, I feel like missed opportunity to get a little bit more pressure. He could have auto-attacked a few more times and then jumped into the brush to avoid minion damage. But regardless, is going to be taking a bit of control into this top lane. This is a pretty volatile lane, I feel. Army Spartan, while being a tanky sign, does take a lot of damage from the Rumble, but to be fair, who doesn't, right? Oh, Juvish taking another decimating smash. Good accuracy coming out from Army Spartan. I'm going to really want to see him make full use of his Roar the Slayer to just harass Jewfish down as much as possible. Jewfish not opting to go for the potion this time around. The, I believe it's Corruption Potion?
Oh, look. Gank on mid, gank on mid.
Gank on mid, Arrow is going to be the target. US Economy landing his up route, but Alpha Ellie does not land the Charm, the Ignite. Not going to be enough. 20 HP, Arrows with by the skin of his teeth managed to survive. Alpha Ellie went in for the Flash Charm. I'm not sure if the Charm whiffed or if he hit a minion there, but definitely a close play. Yep. Brand forced to back away. We'll pick up a Dark Seal. Very interesting early choice there, but when you're forced to back that early, I suppose you don't have much of an option there. Anomaly, keeping pretty even with CS, with Regicide, Miss Papaya taking the binding, taking a lot of damage, but he's got a few bitches to his name, he'll be okay there. Anomaly, still trying to farm as much as possible, 26 to 24, not too much there. It's the mid lane, however, US Economy, forcing so many flashes left and right, does get the flash out of Army Spartan, doing a great job so far, just being a really big pain.
Making plays, that's what I want to see.
That's definitely the plays that we need to be seeing, and this is the pressure that we were talking about. M-Star is just farming, power farming his way to that level 6 to try and be the most useful on his Diana. But meanwhile, US Economy just posturing left and right in his lanes to help them out. Normally though, gonna be dodging the Dark Fight and gonna be dodging the Zap. Regicide, on this Jinx probably gonna be want to be very, very
Here's the thing
careful.
right now. US Economy did blow flashes, but he's gonna be really behind in levels and farm now. Like, as you said, Diana has been power farming for the past 5 minutes or so, and hasn't really been ganking. And you know, right now I feel as though while Rek'Sai's ganks they did result in flashes, it just didn't result in kills. So I think Diana got a better, I guess, a better jungling route, I guess, just by farming, just by out farming and letting his lanes, just trusting in them not to die. So it paid off so far.
So the benefit, right? The benefit to what US Economy has been doing in forcing these flashes is that for the next 4 minutes, give or take at this point in time, Alpha Ellie and and Jewfish need to make use of the fact that their laners don't have a flash, and of course that can be facilitated further by US Economy return ganking. Right? Look how Eros is forced to play so far back in his lane now because of the threat of his lack of flash. I would like to see Alpha Ellie sort of control the wave more in the middle, so that forces the brand to move forward. Because a flashless brand is quite possibly one of the easiest champions in the game to gank and get a kill with. So I would like to see US Economy return to that lane and continue to pressure.
I mean, like you said, it's only assuming that Alpha Ellie can control the waves and can manipulate it, freeze it, force Brand to step forward further from his tower, doing all that. But I mean, since Brand kind of knows he doesn't have any flash, I think he's gonna play safe no matter what. I think he's probably gonna sacrifice, oh, Charm. He's Charm, has a Q, nice. Anyways, but yeah, I think Brand is gonna play safe no matter what. So I don't know. If I was the Rek'Sai, I would have preferred to get a kill.
Oh, hang on a minute. This is going to be a lane gank coming in straight from level 6. Army Spartan's going to be using that ultimate, the Unstoppable Onslaught. They're just like force the flash away. Anomaly trying to get the damage and does not. Goes down to the Equalizer. Alpha Ellie showing up as well with the Spirit Rush. Going to be assisting with the kill. Army Spartan under the turret taking damage. Jewfish not deciding to dive. On the top side, US Economy posturing, trying to keep arrows at bay, trying to keep the Brand away from assisting his teammate. They are going to meet up though, but this is going to be the Dragon Ping coming in. US Economy with the vision going to be able to secure the area. Are they going to be taking the Dragon or are they opting instead for the lane gank? M-Star though did drop the ward, has vision, is going to be getting out. And it does not look like a Dragon's going to be taking this route, but it's going to be a quick 2-0 kill advantage over to Royal Luck, and a very innovative, certainly in this matchup, innovative lane gank. Army Spartan trying to do almost a cheesy gank with the level 6 Unstoppable Onslaught through the lane. Unfortunately, a great teleport from Jewfish was able to turn that fight around with a great equalizer.
Oh man, seriously, if only he hit one of the targets. Oh my god, that would have been a great gank. Oh
I feel that he used it too early, right? Because he ran out.
Exactly. I kind of just cringed when he had to stop. I was like, no.
Exactly.
No.
The ideal range would be a little bit around Gromp is when you can start if you want to. You can even do it a little bit after that, but at the earliest you should be channeling the ultimate is Gromp.
So with that being said and done, Rhino Jinx is almost 20 CS ahead with 2 assists. Morgana has a kill. Rumble has a kill, and yeah, basically blue team is ahead in gold. Nice. And Ari's roaming bot, but decides not to, and she goes back to her lane. And
Getting to the 9-minute mark here is about a 1,000 gold lead in the favor of Royal Luck. Regicide with a pretty steady lead, 15 CS. Army Spartan going to be connecting onto Jewfish. Does have his ultimate available. He's going to be aggressive. M-Star here to join up. This is a flashless Rumble. It does have Equalizer, but it's not even going to be used. With the smite away, M-Star does secure the kill. Although, I like this coming straight out of the response, straight out of Royal Luck. They see that the jungler's top. They are going to be taking this dragon.
the past 2 games, no, the last 3 games, including this one, the pattern has been this. Basically, they sacrifice the top laner, and whenever they see jungler coming top to gank, they allow him to get killed and stall just so that they can take dragon. They've done that for the first dragon the last 3 games. So, just looks like routine right now for Royal Luck, and looks like routine for Thug Life. Snowball to Scion, try to get some kills going. There's a pause.
Yep, we are going to be seeing a pause. I was alerted to the situation.
Okay. Okay, so if
We
you
have a
were to
little
choose-
breather.
if you were to choose between blue side and red side right now, who would you choose? Just based on how the game's going, who do you think is gonna win the third game?
I think both comps have advantages, but I think on the side of Krug Life, it will require a lot of scaling, whereas Royal Luck has the earlier mid power spike. So I'm gonna say Royal Luck is as long as they can control the mid game.
Interesting. All right, then let's see if the prediction comes true. Oh, another one.
It looks like we're gonna be seeing a double disconnect.
So at the moment, just looking up and down. The thing about red team's comp right now is that I don't like the brand pick.
We always saw it last game, right? It was
Last game is last game. This is a total different game, and it's a new team picking brand. And with Caitlyn, Diana, Sion, and Lulu, I would have liked to see the Victor out of the mid laner, just so you get more range out of it, more zone control. At least that's my opinion. I just don't like brand in that team comp. I mean,
how would you feel more about an Annie? Annie's a very traditional, I suppose.
Annie, I think, but she also, I mean, Annie would have been great if she gets, if she gets ahead, she would just flash in, kill James, get out, or just die. But I really like when he was covering Victor, I liked it only because, like I said, like Caitlyn has that long range zoning potential of her own auto attack. You also have Lulu for her ult, and if you also have Victor on top of that, then Victor can just lay out his electric zone, his ult, whatever else he wants, and he also has his own zone. So during sieges, you're safe with both Caitlyn and Victor. And if they try to engage upon you, then you have Sion as a front line, you have Lulu's ult, and you also have Diana to try to, I guess, crowd them away or go on top of their backline. But since they have Brand, I feel as though Brand is kind of the outlier for red team. But on the blue team side, I would have to say I kind of don't like the Ari pick because she doesn't have as much of an AoE, I guess. So some kind of AoE to help with the whole wombo. Let's see, like you have Morgana with her binding and her ult. You have Rumble with his ult. You have
Jinx Rockets, right?
Jinx Rocket and Rek'Sai with his pop up and whatever else damage.
Well, the Ari here is just your
comfort pick. Yeah, I get it. But it's just it's like if you kind of see what your team is doing, you kind of sacrifice a little bit of your own comfort to you kind of sacrifice your own comfort champion just so you can kind of play because laning phase nowadays in season 6, laning phase doesn't really matter as much since it's evolving into a team game. Okay,
Absolutely.
and we're back to the game.
So we are back to the game. Arrows, does he have flash? No, he does not. So Alpha is going to be able to escape by the skin of his teeth. Although, hang on a minute, Army Spartan is going to be here to save his buddy. What's going to go down? Alpha, does he have enough mana for an Orb of Deception? Yes, he does. I feel like he missed an opportunity there for a kill, but looks like both of these players are going to get away. We apologize, folks. Some NA shenanigans.
And he's going to kill. Oh, he killed Diana. Nice.
Completely missed that. Thank you for the pickup there. Jewfish throwing down the Flame Spitter, the BM from M-Star, getting revenge for that previous gank. So, a little favor taking a lot of damage there. Will this be enough? No, we just had good timing, manages to block the ace in the hole there. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we apologize for the delay there. There was some disconnection issues, but we're going to be back here. It's going to be 11 minutes more or less on the clock. 500 gold lead in favor of Royal Luck, 3-1. Main advantage, of course, is going to be to this Rumble in the top lane. And even then, it's only about a 400 gold lead. So that's the majority of the lead right there is the Rumble top lane. Yeah, 1 Dragon to 0, though, in favor of Royal Luck. Going to be seeing how this early game ends in the mid lane, in the mid game transitions, US Economy not deciding to use his ultimate but decides rather instead to just walk back into his jungle. I feel like that's a waste of his Rek'Sai hit though. That's a very nice damage from M-Star. He manages to dodge a Pillar Flame, but it will not matter. Alpha Ellie, no flash, will be going down. Army Spartan trying to put some pressure, but that's a double buff Jewfish Rumble. You do not want to be hitting that at all. Oh my god, that Flame Splitter damage is just absolutely ridiculous.
Disgusting.
Oh yeah.
Get some MR, please.
And good news, everyone! Regicide. Oh wait, no wait, he still built the BF, so he's probably gonna go double BF. Apologies, folks. Looks like we're gonna be seeing another double BF coming out of Regicide.
I feel betrayed now.
I'm sorry, I thought for a moment.
You said good news. That's not good news. That's just. Oh my god. It's
all right, I lied. I'm sorry. Apologies, Twitch chat. You can all hate me. Take a look at the top lane though. US Economy, Jewfish gonna be trying to take this Rift Sculler, Rift Sculler. Man,
Rift
I always
Sculler,
do that.
nice.
Rift Herald. It's a crab. It looks like it. Oh, Arrow's gonna be taking a lot of damage. Eats the charm. Is he able to dodge his
like
Deception? No, he does not. Alpha Ellie with a clean 1v1. See ya, Bucko. You're going down. Meanwhile, scumbag US Economy takes the Rift Herald as Anomaly gets the cure onto Regis Sai. Gets a binding. Is a yes. Equalizer is up.
Rumble.
Nice rumble. Oh, but I think.
Oh, here's the heal. Oh, wow.
Very nice flash star. I feel a little favor. Oh, he did not have ultimate, but he had exhaust. I think that was a misplay. I think a little favor could have gone for the exhaust and secured the kill there. That's for sure.
Yeah, Little Favor was probably playing like a support, trying to give the kill over to someone else, but
I think he was scared as well. He was very low health, to be fair. Nice decimating smash here from Army Spartan. Does he have ultimate? He does not, but Alpha Ellie is joined by the rest of his team. No ults or not, you cannot 4v1 as a Spectre's Cowl Siren. That is certainly for sure.
Or you can, and just not care. Just be like, you know what, I'm a Spectre's Cowl, you can't beat me. And then once they prove you wrong, you go, my bad team, I thought I could.
Perhaps not in the game 3 where you're facing elimination.
But I think that's I think that's gonna be the difference in this game. Whoever makes that risky move, which has a lot of risk but a huge reward. I think whoever makes that one is going to win this game.
Well, right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead.
But all I'm saying is, like you said, like both teams are kind of playing a little scared. Kind of, I don't want to be the one that that's the fault of us losing game 3. Someone has to step up and make a play somewhere. I think if you can do that, then that's gonna be pretty cool, actually.
Well, we are at 14 minutes on the clock now. The gold has equalized. Royal Luck just 1 kill ahead of Krug Life. We're going to be seeing how this mid-game begins to open up. Right now, we are having quite the party bot lane. US Economy posturing potentially for a lane game. Going to see if a little favor can land the binding into the ultimate. There's the spooky ghost. Does land the chain of corruption. There's the anomaly taking a lot of damage. Here's the party bot lane. Super Mega Death Rocket is going to whip, but it's not going to matter. M-Star trying to get into a little favor. US Economy does land the Umbrella. M-Star return kill to Ridge's side. Tries to get the double kill. Does not. Gets taken out. Little favor with the kill credit. The shutdown on the M-Star. And a 2-for-1. Ridge's side goes down. Does not get a kill, but does get his team ahead. Wait! He built a Zeal, ladies and gentlemen! He built the Zeal. Alpha Ellie getting stunned. We're going to celebrate in a moment. There's the Pyroclasm. Arrows did not ignite. He did not ignite. He still did not ignite. Taking turret shots left and right. Will survive the arrows. Why did you not ignite? No! Alpha Ellie should not be alive right now, but he is. Talk about the luck.
Oh my god.
Luck, Ari's luck, I'm not sure. Army Spartan taking down this top lane. What a crazy turn of events there, ladies and gentlemen. US Economy, bloodthirsty.
Oh no. Sion, go. Oh, okay, never mind. Okay, so, yeah, that was, wow.
Equalizer was up. I was hoping Jewfish might be able to chase and kill.
Nice charm lands. Diana's half HP. Look. Ari listened to my, she listened to my call this time. Instead of going Abyss Scepter, straight ham. Straight. Nice.
Straight up. 15 minutes onto the clock though. The game was even, but now it is about a 700 gold lead in the favor of Krug Life. The dragon has respawned. We're going to be seeing Krug Life posturing around the dragon, securing the vision control, missing that one stealth ward there in the mid-river brush, though. The dragon is going to be started. US Economy waiting on the outskirts. Is he going to be going for this dive? He has vision in the pit, which is not being cleared. Anomaly eating a dark binding. Miss Papaya landing the glitter lance. There's a good equalizer, taking lots of damage. Anomaly does receive the wild growth. Her army spawn on the left side gets charmed, gets taken out. Anomaly taking so many. There's a second dark binding, a little bit.
Wow.
Scumbag support taking all the kills, but it does not matter. A little favor receives the heal from Regicide, managing to secure another assist there. Regicide with the BM zap saying, we take your dragon, we take your kills, and here's a zap to the back.
That was a bad dragon call by red team because their whole team wasn't there, whereas blue team's whole team did converge upon dragon, so they pay the price with their lives and the dragon itself and mid power. Wow.
Definitely a huge swing in events. And you said it yourself, whoever takes that risky play, in this case, perhaps it was that dragon start, they were not prepared. Carglife was not prepared for the flank from Alpha Ellie and from the US Economy, and they lost the fight, lost the dragon, and now they're going to lose their mid-turret. Army Spartan, hang on a minute, buddy, that's the wrong way. You missed completely on the unstoppable onslaught. There's a dark binding, he's going to stop M-Star in his tracks into it. Hold on a minute, the turnaround into the nice charm. Army Spartan trying to tank up damage so arrows can do more, but that's about it. Alpha Ellie forcing Army Spartan to flash. And what a great CC chain. The dark binding into the charm. A full 4, more or less, seconds? 3 seconds at max range. Stunned, but Army Spartan, he still wants to tango. US Economy, he's going to be all right. Oh, I lied.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
Finally.
I thought he would survive. He got the ignite. See, that's why he waited the ignite. He does manage to secure the kill onto US Economy. Arrows eats the super mega death rocket from downtown. Quite the rocket there. Regicide going to be happy with that one as he moves into the front of the mid lane to push onto this nearly dead mid turret. What a crazy fight there. Left and right, back and forth.
Wow. So right now, blue team they're slowly but surely choking the life out of red team. Now, if they could, like you said, if they could just start warding up more, seeing, getting more map control, seeing where people are rotating and everything, then I think they can close this game out pretty soon. If they can get the wards up and, understand where the enemy team is. If they don't do that, then this could be anyone's game still.
Well, with the 2,500 gold lead, they're going to be feeling pretty comfortable as they start getting the vision around this Rift Herald that looks to be the next objective on their sights. Potentially letting their top laner take the Rift Herald and go top so they can get more damage onto those turrets. But hang on a minute, Amstar going to be eating the legendary CC chain from a little favor. Gets almost soloed by the support Morgana. 3-0-5 doing so much work for the team. Just missed the binding, but Wooly will excuse that one. He's been on fire right now. The Rift Herald, he can do a lot of damage, but against 5 people, I don't think he can put up that much of a fight. Army Spartan posturing, maybe looking for a steal, is not going to be able to. As I predicted, they're going to let Jewfish almost die to the Rift Herald. There it is. Actually, who got the buff? It did not go to Jewfish. Oh, okay. So Alpha Ellie.
Oh, I was gonna say, I was like,
yeah, I thought, did Sion just steal Rift Herald? Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Rift Herald does a lot of damage and is pretty durable when you're not hitting him from the eye side as the mid turret goes down for Craig's life. You cannot just leave somebody to kill it. You have to kill it with 2 people so that somebody can always be hitting the eye. Because if not, then you're just going to take a lot of damage and it's not going to be fun. But Baron does spawn here as Royal Luck continues pressuring onto the top lane. We're seeing kind of a hesitancy from Krug. They're not sure where to go. They're sending 2 people bot lane, but top is being pushed. Rigid Sai, Alpha Ellie has the Rift Herald. There's kids engaged on the M-Star. Doesn't land the ignite. Goodbye, M-Star. Dies into a charm. US Economy taking a decimating smash to the face. Does not care. There's the uproot. There's the chomp. Army Spartan. Does he have flash? He does not. He receives a wild growth, but down he goes. Army Spartan is receiving, giving extra gold. Oh, Mr. Pie forced the flash. Jewfish blowing his. Gonna be securing the second turret on the top lane. Inner going down.
Yeah, right now it kind of looks like Krug Life is there.
They're struggling. They're hesitant right now. It's the third game. It's the pressure. They know that they're facing elimination. They're struggling, and they're probably having some sorts of miscommunication right now because they sent 2 people bot lane. Arrows was bot the entire time. Regis Sai was pressuring top lane and was taking down the starts. It's a jinx. You have to respect the ridiculous speed at which she takes turrets. But the Baron is going to be started as Royal Luck knows that there's no vision. Krug pinging the Baron. Will they arrive in time? It's going down steadily. A little favor. U.S. economy. Regis Sai all taking the turrets. Spooky Ghost. Wait a minute. Army Spartan, you have to check the pit. There goes the Baron. It is going to be taken straight out of the hands of Krug.
So this is very reminiscent of what happened in Game 1, where you see that Royal Luck got the advantages that they wanted in the early game. They had this excellent mid-game shot calling, and as you can see, they immediately went for the tower, followed by the Baron players secure right there. And then if there's one thing I just had to mention about this game is that I am surprised at how good Jewfish is on this Rumble pick. Like, you see in Game 1 and Game 3, he has done excellent job on this Rumble pick with all these equalizers. Like, I don't know if you guys seen this, but the equalizer they had on the Dragon Pit was very beautifully well done. He's doing so much damage. I feel that if there's one thing Royal Luck should do, is that they should make any team have to ban this Rumble. I feel this Rumble is very, very strong. But speaking of strong, you have the Scion with Regicide flashing, but he still gets hit by the ultimate anyway, as Papaya uses the Wild Growth on himself. Morgana falls into the fight, followed by Regicide, kiting against the Scion with the Zap, securing the kill for him. As he gets excited, trying to look to do something more for his team with the Jewfish coming back on this Rumble, trying to finish off Anomaly on this Kayn. Will he get the Flamesword advantage? Yes, he does. And Arrows gets splashes at Aritron, but it's just not enough, and he goes down too. As U.S. economy is 2v1ing under the tower, and he actually kills M-Star, and this looks like and this looks like this would be the game ender potentially, because we're looking at 25-second death timers. If not a game ender, they're gonna get an inhibitor at the very least. So now, if there's something that I also want to say here is that just look at this. That's what I was talking about before. Early game advantages followed up by excellent mid-game shot calling. This is what Royal Luck is good at doing right here. And I'm just saying, like, just respect that Rumble damage. It's very, very surprising how much damage this Rumble is actually doing in these fights. And this Sound, all he has is a Banshee's Veil. And even though he has a Lawrence Veil, we just saw how Regicide just decimated him in that look. Basically, it was basically a 1v1 when you think about it.
I'm starting another binding there, but I think Royal Luck are going to want to cash in on their spoils. Looking at the gold across the team, everyone except for a little favor sitting on over 1,000 gold, almost 1,500 across the board. Anomaly, though, with the Dark Binding, will survive the Super Mega Death Rocket thanks to the Lulu Shield. They're the Spooky Ghosts! Army Spartan getting slowed down. US Economy looking for that stun. He does land it onto M-Star. He's going to force his on it, but that's only going to delay the inevitable as Regis Sai continues forward with the support of Jewfish taking the kill. Anomaly trying to do his best to apply pressure back, but he just can't. There's the flash binding from downtown, and down goes Arrows.
And the equalizer just securing a triple kill for Jewfish.
Is that the Rumble barbecue I see? Holy smokes, 21-7, 25 minutes into the game. What was a very close game across the board has now exploded into a balloon advantage for the side of Royal Luck on the blue side here. Over a 10,000 gold, 12,000 even at this point. 3 dragons up, 5 turrets up, and they're just dominating this game. As Krug Life here just kind of appearing confused. They're not sure where to go. They're not sure how to approach these teams. They're not sure when to engage and how to engage properly.
Yeah, they're very limited in terms of their options right now, just off of their team composition alone, because their primary tank doesn't have any armor distance, so he can't be looked upon as that primary source of engage, but at the same time he kind of is. And even though he is, it's very unreliable engage too, because the silent ulti is very well telegraphed and very easy to dodge. And if he does land it on one target, the Morgana Black Shield can save the target from the knockout, so they're basically fine. And when you think about locking in the Diana jungle pick, as I mentioned before, I really don't like this pick because it's too dependent on snowballing, and if it isn't snowballing, it's just not doing enough. Like you see it, right? That Diana just dives into these team fights just to die immediately right after. Because look at the team composition. We have an Ari and a Morgana. If you try to rush into them, you're just gonna stand under CC and you're gonna die right after. Like you can't do anything if you run into it. You can't do something if you run into a dark binding. You just can't do that. You have to flank around, somehow dodge auto CC, but you can't just because you're limited by a champion pick alone.
Actually, I think the main reason why Warlock is winning, okay, don't tell anyone this, is because Regicide, the ADC, he bought a Zeal instead of 2 VS.
Twitch chat, can we get a praise the Zeal? Can we start a praise the Zeal comment chain there? Thank God, no double BF sword.
Buy a second BS sword to give fans false hope.
27 minutes on the clock here as Royal Luck. Gonna be looking to shut out the rest of this game, hopefully without too much of a struggle, as they are definitely in a position to do so as they begin sieging the top lane turret. Regicide, a little favor, taking some of that damage from arrows. He might be behind a 1-4 brand, but he is still a brand. He can land those skill shots on the Regicide. He will be dealing a lot of damage. Ooh, M-Star there forced to Zanya's US economy. Oh, the Super Mega Death Rocket is going to be securing the kill there. Decimating Smash, unable to dissuade the chase.
Oh, that's the red buff damage just ticking onto the side, along with the critical strike damage as well.
Oh, the Dark Binding. Man, these Dark Bindings are on point. The whole game, a little favor setting up his team. And this is surely to be the end of the game. 2 members down on the side of Truglade. The second inhibitor going down. The first Nexus turret. The second Nexus turret is under siege. The GG well plays are coming out. And in 28 minutes, ladies and gentlemen, Royal Luck are the victors of this best of 5 as they look to get a few last bonus kills to pad their KDAs, maybe trying to get a little all-star credit later on down the road. But the Nexus is bare. The death timers are long. The flash charms are missing. The M-Star and the anomaly shutdowns are happening. Will it be enough? Regicide being BM, not even auto-attacking the Nexus. Down it goes, and there it is, ladies and gentlemen. Royal Luck proceeding to the quarterfinals.
Kudos, GZ.
But yeah, let's just talk about this though. You see Jewfish on that Rumble just outputting so much AoE damage. Like, just look at it. You can't do anything about this Rumble damage. Not many people on the side of Krug Life actually have enough match resist to handle it. And you can see it reflected here on this damage graph that I have on the screen. We're talking 60k damage out from that Rumble, and look why I'm talking about the Diana jungle pick. It didn't really do much this game. It didn't snowball, and then look what happened. It only did roughly 3,000 more damage than a support pick. In my opinion, I felt that if you want to have your jungler play this carry style of jungler, it would have been better for them to have just played Kindred in that regard, because Kindred is a very strong carry, is one of the strongest carry junglers out right now, especially in 5v5 play.
You really want to see Kindred, don't you?
Yeah, I really do.
Well, to be fair, that jungler only plays 2 champions, Diana and Vi. So, and I guess he thought that Diana was a better fit for all the comps instead of Vi. I don't know.
It's very weird that he was very insistent on his pick too, especially in the best of 3 series. This was 3 games being played. He played in all 3 games.
I guess it's a comfort pick. I mean, it is, a rank 5 game, so you kind of communicate with other people. You kind of tell your team, I'm gonna play Diana, or I'm gonna play so and so. Can you guys back me up? They either say yes or no. I mean, it's a team game, so you win as a team, you lose as a team.
That is, and once again, congratulations to Royal Luck. They will be advancing to face NYNBW next week. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for keeping with us. We're going to take a quick break here as we get the next match ready immediately. It is going to be Team So Weak versus Large Wiener Dogs. This is going to be the last match of the first round. Don't go anywhere. We will be back shortly.